Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's reading. We're going to be taking a look at some full moon messages for you. I haven't done one in quite some time and I was drawn to the upcoming full moon, the energy of the upcoming full moon, also known as the beaver moon. We have decks to pick between and we're also going to see some letters for you, okay, to help you connect to your deck better, and some charms, okay. This will be a general reading, okay, whatever wants to come out. And as I was preparing, there is a brief channeled message that there is a sense of decluttering, okay, during this full moon, either planning a declutter. This can be the physical environment, right, the material world, but also like a sense of decluttering your mind, emotions, and your energy. So there is also indication of particular practices and rituals coming up that I'm seeing be a part of this decluttering, right? And it can be all of that simultaneously, you know, decluttering mind, emotions, energy, and environment, an intention to align, right? Align yourself for the better. And I also hear that for many of you who've been drawn to this reading, that there is a sign of things getting better. There's something to do with a sign. So during this full moon, there can be a specific sign for you that will be coming through that is going to indicate the beginning of something getting better, okay? I'm not drawn to one particular area, but I do have that it can connect to your well-being. There's a sense of well-being, right? Like a mind, your mindset getting better. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that and I'm going to see you at your reading, okay? Hello to those of you who chose this deck for your full moon messages. Let's start with some letters, okay? These can connect to your name, first, middle, last, and they may also connect to a person, a place, okay? So we're also going to add that in today. So let me get my little tray. I've just picked a handful here. Let's start. We have G. We have L, we have T, I, S, R, V, and D. Okay, G, L, T, I, S, R, V, D, and I'm hearing river. We have R here, though I have that this connects to a name. This can be actually, you know, river is the name, Riviera, okay. So it can be connecting to a surname as well, but that just came through quite strongly there, okay. All right, let's get some cards for you. I'm going to pop that there. Let's see, what's the energy of this beaver full moon for you, those of you that chose this deck. Okay, there's messages coming through about the weather. Some of you, where you are in the world, there's going to be a sudden change from one kind of weather to another, but it's very quick and sharp, and I have that it connects to snow. And the word wanting to come out was increase. There was something to do with an increase, so something is increasing. This could be centimeters of snow, centimeters of rain, but the stronger energy is to do with snow. So keep that in mind, okay? I'm just seeing that snow is coming early. Now, those of you, of course, many of you are in different parts of the world, but it still applies, though it doesn't have to be snow, but there's something significantly shifting about the weather, okay? And that will also represent a sign for you, right? It will connect to the reading, so you know that this is for you, okay? Yeah, we've got number 7, waxing crescent, nourishment. So during this full moon, I'm seeing that you're going to be focused on, I did have in the channeled messages this sense of well-being, okay? Nourishment This is nourishing your mind, right? Nourishing your body, nourishing your energy. So there is a sense here of rejuvenation taking place during the full moon, okay? And I see that it's very much so like self-focused, also coming from a place of self-love. There can be a particular practice, ritual, even you're starting something new when it comes to your nutrition, right? A new style of eating or a way of eating, perhaps giving something up, right? But I just see here that there's improvement when it comes to that. And with the water coming down from the moon, I see that water is also significant here. This could be taking a cleansing bath, a cleansing shower, okay? Working with the energy of water during the full moon. And also when I see this card, it is this sense of giving. So as well as you giving to yourself, I'm seeing you giving, but it's in a spiritual sense here. This can be making a particular offering. Okay, the woman is holding like fruits in her hands, so you can be giving offering of fruits here. And 7 is significant. This could be something that you do, you know, for 7 days, for the next 7 days, the next 7 weeks. But also the 7th hour is significant, and the 7th day of the week, particularly when it comes to giving offerings here, okay? And I see here that there is energy connecting to, yes, this is part of your routine, though it's to do with the actions you take. I'm seeing actions to do with getting up earlier. So there could be some sleep hygiene being worked on during this full moon. Getting more sleep, certainly. But I'm just having this energy of like getting up earlier. Perhaps because there's things to get done. So there is a sense of getting things done as well during this full moon. And I did touch on the decluttering energy during the channeled messages. So quite a little bit, it's like a mini kind of overhaul here for you who chose this deck. Okay, you're kind of just, you're getting things in order. But it's to do with you first. Like you're getting yourself, your mind, right? The nutrition in order so that you can feel better, get things done. Right? And there is a huge egg there as well. So some of you here can be starting new projects during the full moon. At least you're getting the ideas. This can be the knock-on effect, right? You have a clearer mind because you're eating clearer, better, or, you know, just getting the right nutrition to you. Energetic nutrition, spiritual nutrition. And it's as though you're getting a kind of gift from that as well. Like this project doesn't have to just be to do with work, but it can be a spiritual project, etc. And it's going to be big because look how huge it is on the card, if you can see that. Yeah, like even like a new mission here. You may feel like you're on a new mission. Right, let's see. Abundance, yeah, Hunter Moon, number 38. Yeah. You see, that's so interesting because there's this egg, this huge egg, and then we see the abundance card and all the animals, okay? So it's almost as though this card is representing like planting that seed, the, you know, the nutrition, so to speak, right? You got to give something nutrition, like, you know, protect the egg, give it heat, give it warmth, right? Take care of you, your body. You can also be the egg here, right? Eggs represent protection. And then out of that is this abundance. So something is certainly, it's like the conception here, right? The conception and then the birth. So for some of you who were drawn to this deck, during this full moon, this is like an initiation here, initiating, right? The initial beginnings of a rebirth for you. And some of you here are also going to be having a physical change due to this sense of a rebirth. And of course, this goes beyond the full moon period, right? This is not just going to stop suddenly and then, you know, it's extended beyond. It's a much bigger energy, but it's like the initial beginnings of it is making its way in during this full moon. You can also be an animal whisperer, and you know, many of your spirit guides, you know, they come in the form of animals, they show up in animals, perhaps they shapeshift, right? Foxes here, squirrels, deer, elk, rabbits. We have, is this a hog? Is it a hog? The wild hog? So foxes are certainly significant. And the woman, she's holding the fox. So there's also energy here of you holding some kind of like power here. But you're very, very protected, I must say. And this can also connect very much so to the earthbound realm. Okay. I see here for you, pile 1, those that chose deck 1, your spirit team, your spirit guides, who you work with, they show up in the physical like that at times for you. That's, yeah. Yeah. And I'm hearing for some of you here, specifically foxes, they are a sign, okay? Particularly the kind of foxes that you don't see very often, like rare foxes. And she has in her hair, she's got like a headdress with mushrooms in and leaves. So I do have like very strong, you know, earth sign energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, though you don't have to be, but you do, you embody, right? And we don't even have to get, you know, caught up in the gender here, because this can be like Mother Earth, like Father Earth. I know it's not really the saying, but you're a guardian. So let me just say that. You're a guardian. Okay. And certainly you can be an advocate here as well. Particularly animal rights, human rights, this kind of thing. Okay, you're not someone to be played with, because you see things straight to the truth. And there's a big pumpkin there, which is significant. Some of you may have a pumpkin in your home. You're going to get a pumpkin. Something about pumpkins, pumpkin pie, pumpkin spice. Yes, pumpkin spice latte. Because it's very much so an autumn depicting, you know, it depicts the autumn. Yeah, then we've got the masculine. That's why I was saying exactly, yes. Because I just had that energy. This is about, yeah. This is like both genders here. Now I have to say, yeah, the lunar god, the masculine. And then there's 2 children behind. So, you know, both of these cards are protectors, right? Here we have the masculine, lunar god, and he's got 2 children behind him, right? He's taking care of them. Here we have this woman, and she is taking care of these animals. You know, these animals are coming to her for food, nutrition even. You know, the pumpkin, the apples. They trust her. And there's the same energy as this. This masculine is stood in front, right? He's holding these protective rods. So rods, you know, these can also represent a kind of spiritual tool here. In certain practices is what I'm getting. They're protecting these children. So a lot of protection energy here. So certainly some of you can be putting in place a particular kind of protection. At least it is something you are boosting, right? It's certainly already there, but there can be something you're boosting. And of course you can be a caretaker here. You know, you can be a caretaker. You can be, you know, looking after others and people. Family. is what I was getting at there. Okay. Yeah, and during this full moon, this is really the main overall message for you, pile 1, those that chose deck 1, is that, you know, it's taking care of things, taking care of you, so you have the energy to take care of others in the capacity that you are, you know, desiring, that you feel called to, etc. At the same time, it's also giving me, you know, this sense of boundaries. Like, you know what you're to do. Yeah. Yeah, let's get another card. Yeah. Yeah, look at that growth. Number 5, waxing crescent, growth. Absolutely. And there's that groundedness energy again. The woman, she's like a tree and then she's rooted. And again, we've got the egg and the nest. So that's 2 eggs. And I have to say, the energy that I'm getting here, with this project energy, right? That there is this sense of the rebirth, and also, yes, you birthing, right? You birthing something new here, whether this is a new part of you, this is something that's creative, you're creating something right inside of you that's going to come to fruition. And it's interesting because she's holding a clock. And I just heard a song by a singer, Time Stands Still. I forget her name though. Time Stands Still. So there can be something going on here with timeline jumping, shifting during this full moon also. And I will add there as well that there can be some of you here who will be, you know, you'll have news of pregnancy, like the energy of pregnancy during the full moon also. There's just so much of that coming through. And then the 2 children here. Doesn't have to be you directly, but this can be someone close to you. And also some of you here, you can be getting a new pet in your life, okay, during this full moon, or at least considering that, all right, thinking about it. You may have just got one, okay. Yeah, so that's the messages from the cards for you, and I'm now going to get a couple of charms. Okay, right, well, deck 1, you have the snowflake, so that's confirmation of the snow and the sudden shift in weather, okay, and that being a sign for you, yeah, the first snow of the year. We also have the candy cane here, right? This is representing the energy of celebration, connection to Christmas time, and you don't necessarily have to even celebrate that, but it's to do with timing in that time of the year, okay? And I am hearing that song, the most wonderful time of the year, right? And this connects to that getting better. So I did mention that there is this strong indication of nutrition, right? Energetic nutrition, etc., that we've touched on. So I'm seeing that time of the year is going to hold importance, you know. And the candy cane, I see this as being a part of good news as well. So there's good news here, and we've also got the star. Some of you can be celebrating your birthday during the full moon, okay? But also the star is representing energy of healing, right? And also you getting a wish here, right? And it's interesting because when I see the candy cane, I also have wish energy from that. So there can be this sense of, you know, for those of you that do celebrate Christmas, that time of the year, it's as though there's a Christmas wish here. And you may have made this previously, right? And it's coming to fruition with the upcoming timing around Christmas. Right, We have strawberry, so we got that on here as well. The strawberry is sticking out there on that card. Okay, so strawberries can be significant here. You may literally be, you know, getting a punnet of strawberries during the full moon. You're going to buy some fruits. But also, you know, the strawberry here represents that sweetness. There's something about sweetness. Okay, I actually hear peaches and cream as well, though there is also strawberries and cream, right? So the candy sweets can connect to this as well, something about strawberry and strawberry flavor. And also this is pointing out the season. So quite a lot of timings are coming up with the charms here. So the strawberry season is significant, and also strawberry moon. Okay, and then look at that, you've got the happy face. So it's like there's a lot of you know, positive energy here and happiness coming for you here in deck 1, because, you know, that's what your focus is. That's what I'm seeing here. Yes, you're doing these things. There's actions being taken, you know, that perhaps require, you know, the diligence, right? Decluttering, you know, the nutrition, etc., your routine, all of this, right? Having certain responsibilities. But, you know, with the growth, the eggs, there is newness coming, and it's the things that you have wished for. That's very clear. Things that you're desiring, that you want. Okay? So there is that manifestation energy coming through as well. All right. That was your reading, deck 1. I hope you enjoyed that today, and I'll see you very soon for another one. Bye-bye for now. Hello, those of you that chose deck 2, welcome to your full moon messages. We are going to get some initials, okay? Letters, though today I'm adding in these letters can connect to first, middle, last name, a place that connects to you, or a person, okay, that is significant at this time. So let me give them a bit of a mix. Just grab a bunch. Okay, let's start. So we have E, G, D, H, M, another M, O, another D, and a Q. Okay, so E, G, D, H, M, N, excuse me, M, M, O, D, Q. Okay, those are the letters. Right, let's get some full moon messages for you. Let's see what would like to come out. Moon madness, avoid drama. Okay. So the energy right away here for you that chose deck 2, okay, for those of you that chose this deck, I'm seeing that there's guidance surrounding silence and being silent, because there are things that are going to be revealed and come to light without you having to take action. This is how I'm getting it. And so this avoid drama is because it's already underway. There's not something extra or else that needs to be done, because it's already happening. And to a degree, I'm seeing this drama, okay, being removed. So during this full moon, either this can be something that you are doing behind the scenes, right? Which is still in silence. It's in a sense of, you know, working spiritually behind the scenes to remove something, right? You can also be working on removing blockages here, and certainly, you know, generally negative energy, attachments, this kind of thing. So there can be a powerful cleansing taking place during the full moon, which certainly, you know, requires that action. But then once it's done is what I'm hearing. Now, aside from that, the first part I was sharing, that still applies. either way, and with or without an action behind the scenes, so to speak, right, that you will do on your behalf, this is still occurring. The energy is also telling me that this connects to two particular areas. Okay, I'm being drawn to the area of like community work and family. This could be like a family community. Yeah, you can be breaking away here from a community, an environment, a set of certain people. Moonlit, embrace uncertainty, yes. And when we look at this card, the steps are leading into the darkness, right? Into the night. And here, you know, it's an open road. So during this full moon, there's going to be, you know, options opening up to you. At least for some of you, you know, you'll be receiving certain downloads, insight, informations. You may even be doing a reading for yourself, like outside of this, right? You're doing something for yourself personally. Some kind of divination here. And I'm seeing that you are going to have newness in front of you that you can change. You can change your situation. You can be away from this drama. And there's power coming to you with this embrace uncertainty. I do have that here for you, those of you that chose deck 2. It's feeling like a specific situation that needs to come to a close. It's not so much as general. It's quite a poignant time for you. And also I have to say, some of you can be taking a trip during the full moon. Accept help, yin moon, yeah. Yeah. And I will also add this as well, okay? When it comes to the, you know, silence, what I'm seeing with this card coming out, it's the drama, right? This silence towards the drama, but not silence with regards to what's going on, and speaking out about that to who you need to speak to. And this can be spiritually speaking, right? Your spirit team, your guides, but this can also be, you know, literally in the physical, the kind of help that sorts this out, or at least gives you some kind of protection in some way in the physical world, the material world, right? The practicalities. Yes, this is a specific situation of someone having to get away from drama, okay? And that is going to be there. So help is coming through during this full moon. Right. Yeah, moon goddess, higher power. Yeah, so for many of you, this is connecting and reaching out to higher powers. This is also you embracing and tapping into your power, right? As I shared, this can be you in the background, you know, spiritually silent, so to speak, but you are taking actions to avoid this drama and to a degree, you know, setting yourself free so you can go on a new path. And for some of you here, I'm seeing that there will be a positive shift here when it comes to where you're having to, you know, close out a situation here, where it is looking as though you're having a loss, like but there's gain here, is what I'm getting at. There's gain, even if it's not seen immediately or right away, or even within a few weeks or months, right? You will see it because you're going to see it from the higher point of view, like the higher power. You're going to see that. Right. Yeah, see? Moon magic, transformation. Look at that. Triple goddess energy. Wow. And she has the dogs with her. Okay. She has 2 big guard dogs. So this is part of that help, right? Dogs may be, you know, a spirit guide for you. They can be, of course, connected to the deities that are connected to dogs. You may have a dog in the material world here as well, all right? But the main energy here is of this powerful protector, and she has fire in her hands. So that's that sense of, you know, closing out a situation, like, you know, burning away any remnants, any residual energy, you know, attachments, cords, to set yourself free. So you can certainly be doing a cord cutting of some kind during this full moon. And interestingly, you know, I even have like glamour magic energy. There can be glamour magic going on here, right? And certainly with transformation, we've got transmutation going on here, okay? I'm going to get one more card. Yeah. Okay, for some of you during this full moon, there is going to be a little test. Yeah, because we've got dancing down the moon knowledge. So your knowledge, your discernment, all of that, your sight, right, your seeing, is going to be put to the test. I'm hearing there is, you know, a knocking from the past. So this can certainly connect to this situation that is coming to an end, right? This burning away of a situation. And yes, this can certainly be the end of a cycle for many of you, right? Coming up during this full moon. At least the initiation of that as well, okay? Some of you can be initiating that, as I say, you know, being silently in the background, doing your spiritual practices, all right? So getting back to this card, your knowledge, so to speak, being put to the test, because this is a pivotal moment, transformation energy, higher power, embracing the uncertainty. This makes you attractive energetically. This also, you know, creates a ripple effect, and it reaches those who are still trying to be in your energy. So that is just a little side note there, that the past will come knocking. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, howl at the moon, process your feelings. So guidance here, follow your feelings, right? However, using your knowledge, discernment, your seeing and all of that is going to be proof of how much you have healed and how far you've come, and the transformation that you are, that's underway, that's been going on for some time. But it's going to get more powerful during this full moon is what the energy is here. And also, like, don't let your feelings, old feelings, you know, that's it. Don't get in your feelings. In that sense, right? But you know, it's interesting because I'm hearing go off. You know, howl at the moon. Okay, so energy is slightly different here, because compared to the silence energy with that particular situation, it's this knocking from the past is like, no, go off. Howl at them. But this can also certainly apply to the, you know, working silently in the background, right, on what you've got to do. And look at the beautiful flowers. What flower is this? It makes me think of like hibiscus, but I don't think it is. And there's 3 skulls here. Yeah, so when it comes to the exposure, you know, like the skeletons are coming out the closet, exposure, you know, this avoid drama, because it is, the truth is coming out. And also with this knocking from the past, that it's also that sense of like, you know, the past coming back to life, so to speak, right? But it's a skeleton, it's old, it's from the past. Right. Yeah. And wolves can certainly be significant as well here, okay? Yeah. Very powerful energy. Right, let's get a couple of charms to close out the reading. Right. Okay. So we have the Pegasus. Actually, no, this is the horse. Excuse me, it's the horse. But here we have the unicorn rocking horse. So horses are very significant. Okay. I'm actually seeing a couple of things here, right? So the horse is also about travel and movement. So that's confirmation of the travel energy I had for some of you during this full moon, and for some this can be planning travel. But it's also, you know, I'm hearing that Disney movie, is it Spirited Away? So there's a sense of freedom. I actually haven't watched it, but I know it's about horse, but it can connect to some of you here. It will have meaning. But I do get this sense of freedom, right? I have association with horses and freedom. And of course, like taking a journey and travel here, okay? And I'm seeing that you can come across horses, right? You're going to see them in real time. Also, they can be in paintings. I'm seeing a painting with, I think it's a popular one. It may also be a photograph, but it's horses charging, like a group of horses charging forward, brown horses, okay? So either someone has this picture or painting, or, you know, you're going to see that, right? That's your sign. And also this can be, you know, a spirit guide as well, you know, and has a connection to horses. Now with the unicorn, this is the magical element. This is a unicorn rocking horse. You know, and rocking horse we associate with childhood. So there is certainly a healing here, right, when it comes to your childhood. Again, that past energy, right? We have this knocking from the past. And I want to put the smiley face there because there's something about you having happiness. You're transmuting something here and transforming perhaps those not so happy times from the past, right? It doesn't have to go as far back as childhood, though for some of you I have it's there. You're going to give yourself what you didn't get, right? That's coming through. We've got the love heart here. I'm hearing love is in the air. This can certainly connect to the past that's coming knocking, though I have to say the energy I'm getting is it's new. So there's something here to do with newness and love being in the air, right? Love is in the air. And there is something to do with it, melon and this love. Perhaps you love melons, it's quite literal. You know, you love melons, watermelons. Okay, you're gonna even buy one during this full moon. But outside of that, there is also something to do with this love is in the air and melons. So it can be perhaps the person who is coming in regards to this love in the air, they love watermelon, right? Or they come from a country where watermelons grow. It's like their natural environment. This can also be you, but the stronger energy is it's this person coming towards you. It's a sign. And for some reason, it's as though, you know, the watermelon, it is a symbol for a particular part of the world, but I don't know where. You know, like how we have national drinks and national fruits, things like that, you know, national dish. Watermelon is something to do with a national, you know, dish or in a particular part of the world, okay? So I'll leave it at that. Right? And then we have the star. So there's that wish. So a childhood wish for some of you is coming true. And I have for some of you it connects to childhood home. This is coming up during the full moon. And, you know, I have to say with this knocking from the past, for some of you here, there's documentation. However, it's good news, it's positive with the star being there. There's documentation coming from the past, or at least it's helping you sort out your past, okay? This can connect to justice in some way as well. And it's happiness, it's positive. So, something you can be owed here coming in. And we've got this shell, the shell and tortoise, turtle. So, you know, connection to water here. And the ocean. You know, turtle here I'm seeing represents good luck. The shell, I'm being drawn to an energy of, you know, an ancestral energy, ancestral ties. I'm hearing ancestors of the water. And also this turtle is connecting to, you know, ancestors as well. So there's an ancient energy coming from this turtle and shell. You can also be discovering that actually about your lineage here. Embrace uncertainty, like on journeys beyond just the travel I see coming up during the full moon and that you'll be planning. It's also like a journey, you know, a spiritual sense as well. But as I say, I do see like in the material world, you know, taking a journey and travel. But it's going to connect to like ancestral, or like your lineage, right? Finding out who you are. And that can touch back on the childhood. Finding out more. Now, touching back on the shell and the turtle, I'm seeing that you're gonna come across a particular shell, okay? You're gonna find one. It's gonna find you, actually. And this can occur during the full moon, though it doesn't have to, right? The messages can be, you know, they can go beyond just the full moon period. I see that, and we do have the beach here. We've actually got the beach and the ocean, so yeah. You're gonna find a shell, it's gonna find you, as I say. And also with the turtle being here, I'm seeing that this also can be showing up for you. Not just, you know, a literal turtle, but also in paintings and things like that. Something about the turtle finding you. Finding your way, finding its way. That's interesting. Some of you... Okay, there's something here, right, where you might have lost something. Maybe you literally lost an ornament of a turtle key ring, right, a turtle magnet, something. You lost it. And outside of that, it's about something you lost that's being found. It's finding you again. Just like this shell is finding you. So there could be a replacement of certain material items in your life here. Okay, showing up for you during the full moon. At least that will be, you know, coming in. There'll be a process initiated during the full moon for replacements of certain material things. Okay? And aside from that, you're finding like lost items during the full moon. Things you thought were long lost, actually. Yeah, with the ocean and that energy of like, you know, like long lost. It's just the energy I have with that. Yeah. All right. Okay, wonderful readings. I really enjoyed that. Full moon energy. Okay, thank you so much, those of you that chose deck 2. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I'll see you very soon for another one. Bye-bye for now.